لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Right now I am at the Thawr Mountain. Famous story about this place. They hid here for 3 days. So this smaller hill here, Jabal Arafat, and tradition tells us that Adam and Eve were reunited here after being sent down from paradise. The amount of people again just after midday prayer. Right now I am at the Thawr Mountain. There are a lot of pigeons here. It's one of the most significant part of Islamic history. It is here in a cave at the top of the mountain right here that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and Abu Bakr hid during the migration to Medina. They were being pursued by the Quraysh who want to capture them. We're not going to climb all the way to the top. It is extremely hot right now, about 40 degrees. But there's a very famous story about this place that they hid here for 3 days, and a spider caught a web in the entrance of the cave, which made the Quraysh think that no one could be hiding here. But it's a reminder of the sacrifice made during the Hira. It's not a part of the Hajj or Umrah rituals, but visiting here is a chance to connect with Islamic history. It's a place that reminds us about the patient trust in Allah and how even the smallest signs like a spider's web can carry the greatest lessons. So women, don't be afraid of spiders. Spiders are our friends. A lot more people are starting to gather around the Thawr Mountain. We hired a private taxi chauffeur here to get us all 3 mountains. Next we are going to the Arafat and then to the Jabal Al-Nur and then back to Al-Haram Mosque. Something I notice is how brown the surrounding areas are. Very sandy. They do a lot of construction on the hills here. You can maybe make out some machinery at the top of the mountains. I don't know if they're digging for something or they're making roads. I think they're making roads. They try to improve the infrastructure as much as they can. So the yellow sign we passed just there says Arafat starts here. Normally in the time of Hajj, the whole road here is filled with people walking towards Arafat. But just imagine like 100,000 of people walking the roads here. Must be quite a sight. The people are here relaxing when they do Hajj. The tents, which are not up right now, of course, because we're not at Hajj season. So right now we're standing at the base of Rahman Mountain, or Mount Arafat is also called. There's actually some people, are not that many compared to when we are at the mosque, because of course it's not the Hajj season. And it is also called the Mount of Mercy. It's not as so big of a mountain. It's pretty small, actually, it's like about 70 meters. And this place is one of the most sacred sites of Islam. So this smaller hill here, Jabal Al-Rahmah, and tradition tells us that Adam and Hawa, or Adam and Eve, were reunited here after being sent down from paradise. And for many Muslims, this spot is a symbol of forgiveness and new beginnings. Yeah, so we were supposed to climb it, but it's extremely hot right now, and my wife doesn't feel like I mean, she has already been there a couple years ago, so I won't put that struggle on her. But yeah, anyways, This hill was also where the Prophet gave his last commandment of Allah. It is a part of the pilgrimage in the Hajj to visit the Arafat mountain. The Prophet directly said Hajj is Arafat. Millions of pilgrims gather here every single year. It's one of the most important dates of Hajj. You can see it's not Hajj now, and there's still a lot of people coming to visit the Arafat. You can see there's a tower-like structure right there in the middle, and it was where the Prophet stood when he gave his last of the khutbah. I'm sorry. I swear I don't have. Wallah, I don't have.
Real dollar, euro, something.
I swear I don't have. I don't have, sorry. Going back towards the taxi again. People selling stuff in ice cream, something to drink. Everyone is taking advantage of a lot of migration on tourism here. There's a lot of people from Pakistan around here, and apparently I was just called stupid for not having any money change left. For him, he was a worker here, cleans the street. He called me stupid in I think Urdu or Punjabi or whatever. My wife understands it, so. And I generally don't have any change left. I just gave it when we were at the Jabal Al-Nur or the Thawr cave, so I don't have any more change left. So I believe in when people are hardworking, which a lot of people here are, they deserve a bit of extra change. But I don't believe people who like demand money from you are entitled to any money. Like some people come like Sadaka and then look away, like they're already thinking of the next person to ask for money. That's very unfortunate. So this place behind the buildings right here is where you start your journey to Arafat. It's a very long journey actually in the scorching heat, and there's no taxis or anything. You have to walk all the way. So it really puts in perspective how hard it is to do Hajj, including the things you have to do in Umrah. So very difficult. Also a lot of old people do Hajj, so it is even harder for them compared to when young folks do it. Respect for all the old people, like my grandma and granddad, they did it in their 60s. Can't imagine how hard it was. People are here 3 days. It is the Mina, it's called, the pointy tents here. Tents, not telts. Tents.
Profeten Ibrahim al-Islam hentede sin søn Ismail, og du ved, gjorde det der sabah.
Yes. Okay.
Og det var her, hvor han sacrificed ham. Ej, det vidste jeg ikke.
Yeah, just the point right there. It is where Ibrahim al-Salam sacrificed his son Ismail. Here you can see all the pointy tents. For 1 millisecond we could see it. Parts here looks a little newer than the parts we're staying at in Mecca. So right in front of me here is Jabal Al-Nur, which means the mountain of light. We're not able to get closer right now because of being closed until 4 p.m. and our taxi driver here is in a hurry to have some more customers. So anyways, here we are. From where I'm standing, it looks pretty close. This is the mountain where the Prophet used to come for solitude, reflection and worship long before receiving the revelation. At the very top is the famous cave of Hira or Gar Hira, where the first verses of the Quran were revealed by the angel Jibreel. So there is a very small cave at the top, but it only fits about 1 to 2, so it's not really something where I could fit. But just standing here is just a random little part of Mecca here, outskirts. It is at Asr time and has a very big significance as well, this mountain. I thought we could be able to climb this, but apparently it's closed. There's also a little building at the top of the mountain here, if you can see it. I hope you can see it. crazy amount of people again, just after day prayer. Watermelon mint iced tea. A fun little fact about Saudi Arabia is that they are in the top 10 most obese and diabetic countries in the world, and they are top 3 in the Middle East. So 3 of the top 10 are in the Middle East. It's Kuwait, it's Qatar, and it's Saudi Arabia. And it's very apparent because there's like only sugary stuff here. They put sugar in everything. They have large candy stores, and you can see there's a lot of overweight myself, so I'm not the one to talk, but still, you really have to consciously avoid sugars here to get a little bit less of the sugar. Like, they give you like 4 sugars with your tea by standard. That's pretty crazy. And they only offer cakes and high carbohydrate sandwiches. They have a little bit of fruit, but that's also a sugary thing. And they have almost no greens. Like, it's very little amount of greens. Like, there maybe a little bit of lettuce in the shawarma and stuff like that. But you can only find like fried things, fried chicken, fried fish if you're lucky, bread, pizza, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really difficult to avoid eating very unhealthy when you are here. But you can if you want to eat a very boring looking salad with some lettuce and a bit of tomato. But that said, this is a pretty good ice latte, nice and strong, and no sugar except the one in the milk. I give it like an 8 out of 10. So under the clock tower there's a souk where you can buy clothing, mostly clothing and some cheap toys and some perfumes and tasbih and stuff like that. They mostly sell the same around here. Something of my interest, but maybe something for you. But I heard it is cheaper in Medina, so keep that in mind.